Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Pulse Pods. Are you trying to find true meaning to life and living? Then you are at the right place. I am DJ El Pablo, your host for Pulse Pods. Hello everybody, you're listening to Pulse Pods, episode 8 of the Live, Love, Learn series, or 3L series for short. My name is DJ El Pablo, your host on this podcast. And I promised you from about 3 episodes ago that would have a guest on the platform. And even in the last episode, I still reiterated the fact that we would have a guest on the platform. So, today, the title of this podcast the title of this episode is actually The Conversation. And our guest today is someone I admire a lot, someone that touches my heart with her humanitarian services and all of the things that she does. And she's a one-man gang. That's even one of the most interesting things about her. So our guest today is from Jos. Her name is Tapsuk Muutlong, or Miss Damak, for those who want to reach out to her. She's a boy-child development advocate and the founder of Prince to Kings initiative, a non-governmental organization that advocates for the boy-child and development of the boy-child. Before I welcome her, I would like to thank all of you, my listeners, for listening in. I know that it takes your data to listen and all of that, and for sparing your time, your 5 minutes, your 10 minutes, your 20 minutes, whatever, to listen to this podcast. I appreciate you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your suggestions and everything you've done to help this podcast grow. We keep moving and we keep growing. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So we move. My guest, Tapsuk. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So Tapsuk, I see a lot of stuff you do, especially on the internet, particularly on Instagram, where you share most of your content and all of that. So our listeners would like to know about you. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, simple. Tapsuk Damak Muutlong, as you have rightly stated, Miss Damak for short, from Plateau State. I studied French language.
Oh wow!
Yes, but now yep.
A French degree holder.
Yes.
And a boy-child development advocate.
Yes, combination guess.
That's it. That's an amazing combo. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you're from Jos and you studied French.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on the show. Actually, surprising fact, you're the first guest we're having on this platform.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, hearty cheers to you and thank you for obliging.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, the listeners would like to know about what you do regarding the boy-child development.
Okay, so wow, it's quite I don't know where to start from, but
it's quite ginormous.
Yes, it's ginormous,
yeah.
so to say. So Prince to Kings initiative came from the gap I noticed, or the gender imbalance in the society. That's the word, because Prince to Kings is actually society-based gender-balanced initiative. There's a lot out there, a lot of content, a lot of NGOs, a lot of capacity building programs and initiatives, all for women and the girl child. But there's actually not many. I don't want to say there's none. There are some, very, very, very few. The ratio can't really be compared. So very, very few organizations and initiatives out there for the boy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pruning and training and coaching for the girl child, preparing her for her future, preparing her to be a mother, a wife, a good mother, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And there's really, who is preparing the boys? Like, who is preparing the boys to be good husbands, responsible men, like available fathers? Who is preparing them? Who is putting out content there? Who is preparing their minds as to what to expect? For girls, I think they literally know what they they have an idea of what to expect, at least in marriage, even though nobody's totally prepared, you still get that rude shock. But then at least to an extent, they have an idea of what they would see in it. So who is preparing the man for the girl? Who is preparing the boy to be a man for the girl that we're already preparing?
Yeah. So in other words, like I saw something somewhere. In other words, you're saying that most of the girls are prepared, and then they are prepared for damaged men, or not all the men are damaged.
I don't.
But particularly
I'm
for
not
the
really...
percentage of damaged men, you've prepared the girls for them. So it comes to them like a rude shock.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
So basically, from what you've said, Prince to Kings came as a result of the gap you found, or the imbalance
failed
gender
marriages.
imbalance, and
I've witnessed, a lot of things.
That's amazing. That's actually interesting. So from my research, I found out that you have carried out some projects, or will I say collaborations? Would you like to put us, as in throw some light to it? Do you mind telling us about the project?
Okay, so we partnered with the Child Protection Network here in Abuja. Actually, a core member, it was surprised to know that a core member actually came up with the project. And then someone contacted me, someone who knows what I do, sees my content online, contacted me and said, hey, someone is carrying out this project. It's actually engaging boys to put an end to sexual violence or sexual abuse. So it was awesome, eye-opening, and I was so happy. We actually, the project was carried out in some public secondary schools in the FCT in Abuja. Yes, some public secondary schools in Lugbe and Gwarimpa, Lugbe, Jabi, and then a few, I think, in Utako. Yes, and then there was an inaugural ceremony there in Jabi.
Like more
the
like
last day.
Inauguration or induction into the boys club or something.
Induction, yes. Anyhow, you
more like
it. So
more like you try to create more like a community of boys who are ready to be better.
Yes, actually, so there was the time frame was not so much.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because it was the first time, so they had to give us, let's say, 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh,
30
short.
Words. Yes, that was short. Seriously, 30, 45. We had to be. I'm not even sure it was up to 30, but we tried to hit it hard. Do you understand? We tried to go straight to the point, do what took us there, and then see what we could do. So there was first so to say, sex education for the boys, their bodies, talking about abuse. They should be the protectors, not the abusers. And also their bodies are for them. And then in like manner, anyone that wants to engage in any form of sexual activity without their consent is still abuse. They were taught about chastity, keeping their bodies, putting more value on
adding more value to their bodies. I get that.
So that's about it. After that, and then they took a pledge to be protectors, and then so it was interesting.
That makes sense, because that's more like one of many projects I believe you're going to, and collaborations you're going to have with a lot of people. So for you, the listeners, if you want to know what Miss Damak does, particularly regarding Prince to Kings initiative, just go on Instagram. It's Prince, PRINCE 2, as in the numeral 2. That's the number 2, Kings, KINGS _ Prince to Kings _ at Prince to Kings _ you find her on Instagram, or you find the initiative on Instagram, and you see some of the stuff. She has like great content there, videos and a lot of posts and quotes to help you not groom particularly, but will I say to help you build a boy child into being a better man. So it's more like Prince to King. So also, what triggered the idea behind telling you to go on our social is because I found a website, 1in6.org, and they shared some statistics. I would like you, if you want to find out about that, go to 1in6.org and you find some of the stats that are relating to boys. But I found that 1 in 6 boys go through abuse one way or the other in their lives. And I think in Nigeria, I don't know, but you would be in a better position to tell me. I think in Nigeria, the stat is beyond 1 in 6 boys going through abuse. I don't know, what can you say? Because from your experiences and from your conversations and collaborations with people, what can you tell me about the percentage of boys who have gone through abuse, or men who have gone through abuse at one point in their lives?
Okay, so usually I would say 1 in 6 it was then. I think the stat is way higher now. And the problem is people don't actually think boys can be molested or sexually abused. That's the problem. That's the root shock there. I don't know why. But people don't believe boys can be molested, or even men, not just boys. I had a very crazy case recently here in Abuja. A grown up man was molested, like he was drugged, and a woman actually slept with him.
Oh wow.
Yes, he hasn't even come out. Yes, that's the word.
Okay.
Do you understand? Without his consent. So these things happen, and the problem is they can't come out and talk because to be like, some people, you even find men making mockery of it. Yes, telling them, you for don't enjoy, make you just enjoy them. You get free of charge.
Forced sex.
That's crazy. Do you understand? I didn't want it. You get, even if you think it's pleasurable, it's better that the person decided, do you understand, with another person, or consented with another person to have that sexual activity, not forced, not tricked into doing it. Do you understand? Not drugged into doing it.
Okay.
Yes. So a lot is happening. Do you know when I spoke about Prince to Kings, I told few people from my place, from Plateau State, that I want to do this and that, want to go to the prisons. I just spoke briefly about Prince to Kings, abuse with the male gender. Do you know, like 3 of them opened up to me and told me they were actually abused.
Exactly.
And I was shocked. They said they've never told anybody.
Exactly.
So, and what we don't know is we're screaming rape, protect the girl. I agree. I'm a woman, so I won't say other words.
Yeah.
But an abuser who doesn't heal is a potential abuser.
So it's damaged.
That's
life,
the truth.
Basically.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Someone who was molested and doesn't find a way to talk about it or heal, go for some sort of
psychotherapy.
Yes, therapy or counseling.
Yeah.
I am telling you, the person is a potential abuser waiting to explode or waiting to manifest.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay. So talking about that, what would you want to tell a boy or a man out there who might be going through or must have gone through some of these challenges or these abuses that you mentioned?
Wow.
So what advice? Because I noticed you said something. Most of them don't open up unless you ask them questions.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
So what would you want to tell a boy who is going through, or who is going through abuse?
Okay, to the boy in particular. First of all, you are very, very important. You are special. You matter.
Okay.
So, and then you have greatness inside of you waiting to be manifested. But that greatness or those great things can only be made manifest if you are healed. Yes, if you are healthy. When I mean healthy, I'm not just talking about the head, shoulders. I mean healthy in your mind and emotions and your spirit.
Yeah.
So please get help. Get help. Send us a message, send us a DM, go to our page, follow us, send us a DM, and we would definitely link you up. We are working with, or we have some certified, and you're safe. Whatever you tell them, even I won't even know about it. That's
of course, it's confidential.
So it's confidential. So you are safe with us.
Okay.
Please, you matter. And to the man, please, don't listen to society telling you should man up and die with your emotions. No, speak out and be very, very careful with the person you share this the person you are vulnerable with. Share this vulnerable information with, please, but speak out, because untreated hurts, they show up in unwanted places.
Wow, untreated hurts show up in unwanted places.
Yes.
If there's nothing you go home with on this should be the word you should go home with.
Yeah.
Untreated hurt shows up in unwanted places. Okay, so like you just stated, we're about rounding off. So you said that there is a narrative already created by the society that a man should not cry, a man should man up, and all of that.
That's
but then,
bull crap.
what needs to be done to change this narrative?
Wow. The truth is, miracle can't happen.
Oh yeah, certainly.
But little by little, French say petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. Little by little,
That's
a
French.
bird makes its nest.
Yeah.
Little by little, first of all, let's start. And all of us, both men,
everybody's
women,
involved.
because you'll be shocked that even the men are not so. The men are kind of lackadaisical. We get a bit of some sort of lackadaisical attitude from men as regards to the boy-child development. They are used to the girls and they feel because it's trending.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm like, we can make this trend. Do you get? Because it's important. This is not even about trend. This is important.
Yeah.
If you want a sane environment tomorrow, we have to focus on boy-child development.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we as people have to unlearn and relearn some of these narratives that haven't really helped us.
Yeah.
That's the truth. This whole man up is the reason why a husband is probably frustrated at home and is tongue lashing at his wife.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And the wife can't really understand.
These
These are the reasons. He can't see himself, he can't bring himself to be vulnerable with her. He feels his weakness.
Talking about this man and his inner screams, I read a book by T.D. Jakes.
He
Emotions, yeah. He Emotions.
Yeah.
So basically, like, I was able to understand that most the problem or the challenges that women face is the fact that they don't understand their husbands or their man's inner screams. And these are the things that women need to try to use their power of persuasion to unlock. There are so many other books you could actually read to understand what it means to have power of persuasion, but that's a topic for another day. So, but then, like you said, we need to change narrative. Men need to speak up more.
Yes.
And I also went through
the men too.
Yeah,
Sorry
the
to
men.
cut you short.
Okay.
The man has to be, because men are not so interested when it comes to personal development. Sorry to say
okay.
that. Yes.
Okay, that's another angle.
Yes, men are quite lackadaisical. All the man is interested in is hustle.
Yeah,
Hustle, make money,
spend money,
have the family. That's
new
even
car,
if
new
he's
houses.
broken and damaged and he's hustling, he's not bothered.
Yeah.
Even if he's damaged, he should get married.
Yeah.
You know, and this thing has ripple effects.
Yeah.
You can be whole, you can be sane.
Yeah.
You know, this foul people, men are crying, and it's like everywhere there's a women this, women that. It's actually because women, if you say there's a something training here, trust me, you will see women.
Yeah,
even if it's not a women training,
Yeah.
you say training for something, anything that has to do with learning, trust me, the majority will be women there.
Yeah, I think I one time went for a boy child thing, like a seminar, and there were more women, and they were actually speaking up, and there were so many women advocates for the boy child development.
Tell me. So that's what I'm talking about.
And right there, I think something I went home with was that men cry, because one of the resource persons said that one way he deals with his emotion, he deals with his challenges is to cry, and crying has a way of resetting his brain to actually think rationally and straight and all that, which is quite good. So on the final note, one final question: what are the challenges you face with this movement?
I've mentioned one.
Yeah, what's the challenge?
I'm trying. We would really love men to be more involved in this.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay,
in the movement.
That's about this.
Seriously, we need it.
Yep.
You know, and you know, like I tell on our page, we say that, you know, if we want to see men who would be given to personal development, we should start engaging boys.
Yeah.
So it starts as a parent. Please take your child this summer. What's up for the boys? Any camp? Any, you know, even if it's basketball, a leadership academy, let them learn to cook. It's not a bad thing. It's not just for women. There are male chefs making money. You know,
in fact, they are the world's best chef.
Chef is a man. Excuse me, what are we talking about? So this is how we start. This is how we start with the boy, and it starts from the home. The teacher too makes their input, a lot of things. So even teachers too need training, so that when a boy is expressing himself in school, you don't tell him, man up, don't you know you're a boy, you're a man. No. When he comes with a hurt, it should be attended to. Yes,
that's good.
It should be attended to. So those are the challenges we're facing. Support from men, we need it more.
All right.
Yes, let men be more involved. We need more male role models.
Okay.
You know, and on a Final note to say again, I want to salute all the fathers, responsible fathers, the trying men, the ones in relationships who are making efforts.
Yeah.
You know, that you still hear you're in the relationship and you're in for it. You put in efforts. It's not I just balance, the girl does everything. No. You know you're a man, and it calls for accountability and responsibility. And in at that, you own up that really you haven't really learned much. So you're open to suggestions and learnings. I want to say, I hail you. Seriously,
Yeah, exactly.
keep doing you.
Yeah.
You are the one that should trend.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so sorry that the ones that the men has come that you see everywhere.
Yeah.
They do one wrong thing and the whole internet
words.
is blown away.
Yeah.
And you know, people don't really see you for the
Yeah.
good things you do. So to that man, to that husband, making efforts, trying to work on his marriage, putting in efforts. Even when people tell him, your wife don't jazz you, why did they do that one? Dear King, keep it up. I'm telling you, it will pay off. You're making a transgenerational change. It will pay off.
Okay.
To all the guys there out trying, you know, learning, giving into personal development, studying, reading books. Please, guys, it's not a bad thing for you to read books on relationships and
exactly.
marriage. Please, it's not for the girls. Anyways, what bossa now, let's say, or something. But really, we celebrate you. We see you like we see you. Even if the world sees the other men has come, we see you. We recognize you. Keep doing you.
That's a very
ciao.
Yeah, that's a very very interesting conversation we've just had. And I really appreciate your work. To see a woman actually doing what the men are supposed to be particularly involved in.
Seriously.
And based on that, I will also do my best as a DJ in my own capacity to spread the word out, to actually, you know, really help the movement. Thank you very much. So we'll do that, and we'll see how we can change the narrative and help boys grow into better men who are responsible for the family and society.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you for coming up on this platform, for turning up, and for helping the growth. And also, it will also help with, you know, our collaborative efforts to make men better. So thank you for coming up on this platform, and I know that we'll have you on numerous other episodes, and we'll talk more on better different things. So thank you very much once again. And to you, the listeners, thank you for listening. Thank you for reaching out to us. Please don't forget to send in your comments. I will drop a link to where you can find, as in where you can drop your comments. When you listen to this video, this podcast, you would get to the link where you can actually share your comments, and you could actually send me a private message on my WhatsApp, for those of you who have my WhatsApp and all. But I really appreciate you. Like I said, for you to find out what she does, just check at Prince2Kings, Prince2 as in 2 for the number, Prince2Kings _ on Instagram, and you will find her. So and on Twitter as well, you will find her as well. And then for those of you who want to find out about, you know, me, want to reach out to me, is at DJ El Pablo for Instagram, and at DJ El Pablo _ for Twitter. Follow me, like, share, comment, whatever. Just let's move together, let's grow together, and keep the ministry moving. So thank you very much for listening. God bless your heart, and see you on the next one. Thank you for listening to Pulse Pods today, and I hope you've been able to learn something new and something interesting. Pulse Pods is now on social media, and that's interesting. So to search for Pulse Pods on Twitter, just search at Pulse Pods. That is at PAULZPODZ. And you can also search for me, DJ El Pablo, on Twitter at DJ El Pablo _ that is DJ ELPABLO _ and on Instagram as at DJ El Pablo. Thank you for listening, and God bless your heart.